Hi, welcome back to Portugal Dreams.
Hi.
It's been a while since we've been on. Debbie will tell you why.
We just felt that the amount of work that goes into making videos, filming them, editing was taking a lot of time out of our week. We felt that we could spend that time better getting on with the project. As you know, it's like we've been here now 3.5 years and we've only just managed to complete the bathrooms. So we felt that time could be spent better getting on with the bathrooms for the winter. I, for one, couldn't take another winter of having to go outside to shower in an old shed. And it also takes a lot of time away from our family time. So everywhere we go, if we go out as a family, it means you've got to think about pulling your camera out and filming what you're doing. So it was nice just to have a few months where we didn't have to think about that.
The other thing is that some of you may not know, we don't make a lot of money from YouTube anyway, and YouTube is constantly changing the algorithm. So one week we'll be posting exactly what YouTube wants and we'll be doing really well. The next week the goalpost has changed and we're doing really badly and we don't know why. As well, you may have noticed I've been on the videos a lot less. And that's probably going to continue just because I do have an almost full-time job at this point. So I can't really afford as well to be working at my job and then coming home and helping with the renovations and the building. But you're probably not going to notice that as much because we're also going to be putting videos out a little less often, just so that we can post things that actually show some progress rather than showing kind of the same sort of job for 2 or 3 weeks in a row. We can get something finished and show you an improved project.
So one of the things about the algorithm is the subscriber count. Now, I've never been able to figure out how they work that out. One week we'll do really well and we'll get 5 subscribers, only to find that we've lost 20, which is ridiculous. There's no actual way of seeing where they've gone. I've even looked back on earlier videos to see whether people have removed themselves. If people want to remove themselves, that's fine, but then you can see where they're going. If you can't see where you're going, you don't know what you can do to make it better. So that's one of the problems I have with the YouTube algorithm.
They also, although you've pressed the button to say that you want to see future videos, press the bell, they also ask you to go further into that and press for every video. Is that right, Ellie Rose? How is it?
Yeah, so at the moment, from my understanding, you have to press the subscribe button, then press the bell, and then go past the bell icon and click to subscribe for all videos, because otherwise it's only for like personalized videos, so it'll only show you specifically what it thinks you're interested in. So you might not see us for in the past when we were posting every single week. You might have only seen us every 3 weeks because that's what YouTube thought you would be interested in.
So make sure that you press that extra icon.
So that's the moan over with anyway, and we'll get on with the videos.
Yeah, we'll get on and show you our progress and what we've actually been up to now.
So just a little clip to bring you up to speed with what the bathroom looked like before we started. I'll just run that now. So this is now the shower room. This bit you've already seen on the short, I hope. This used to be the doorway, which came up to here. So we've blocked the doorway up with blocks, rendered it, and then stuck this on. Built some new shelves, and also a cupboard which has the toilet rolls and the cleaning products in it. We've had to build the floor up and to give us height for putting all the pipework under, so all the pipes for the toilet and everything's in there. All the for the sink and the shower, everything runs under the floor. Then we tiled it. As you can see, we've also tiled the walls. These were quite a big problem because of the actual shape of the walls. This goes back nearly an inch, inch and a half right in the corner, which obviously we've had to build the wall out to make it flat, which took quite a while. But we've tried to keep as many features as we could with the original shelf above the door. Nice stone in the corner, which I always wanted to keep. It was a little bit of a problem cutting around these, but you know, I think it's just kept a bit of character in the room. We tried to make the tiles as near sort of stony coloured as what we could, similar colour. And then we put the shower in. Lovely shower, love the rain head, and obviously we've got a little shower head as well for just washing your hair, or you know, if you just want to just do under a little shower rather than the rain one. Screen was a bit of a problem to put in because the size of it makes it really heavy. We struggled with that, didn't we, Debbie?
Certainly did.
Yeah, so I'll let Debbie talk about the other bits.
So as Steve said, this was originally a door going outside. So he's bricked all that up like he said, rendered it, and then he's used these bits of stone which were left over from our patio. Yeah, I quite like that, it's nice. So here we are going to have a heated towel rail. I quite like this little feature here. I've no idea what it was just because this was a shed, as you know, but there was like a little nook there, so Steve's tiled that out. It's quite handy really for the your shower gels and things like that, which I don't like out on display, but you know. So yeah, that's good. He's built this lovely worktop, you know, he did the one in the kitchen. So these cupboards, actually, a little tip for you here, if anybody wants cupboards in the bathroom, don't go and buy them from the bathroom department, they cost a fortune. These are actually kitchen wall cupboards. They are the same depth and they're very similar height. So all you need to do is, if you're putting a sink on the top like we've got to get it to be the right height, you just want about a 3/4 1 inch plinth underneath, just so that your doors move without scraping on the floor, obviously. If you're going to set a sink inside it, that was just the fab going off. If you're going to set a sink inside it, you can just put kitchen legs on and just screw them to whatever height you want them to be. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it, really liking it. As you know, there is a skylight. I don't know if you remember, the builders put that in when they did the roof. We've just got a little bit of shade netting on at the moment, but we do need to get a proper Velux blind for that. And the mirror, we're going to put a nice big mirror on here, well Steve is, with lights on it as well. And the little strip around the top that you can see, that's LEDs that changes colour. We've not put them on to show you because it messes with the camera lighting.
Well, you can just have them on just to see for a minute.
Go on then. I don't know if that's coming up and showing the colour. They're blue.
It doesn't show the colour on the strip, but you can see the colour underneath.
Yeah, there's blue, pink, purple, green, whatever. So, yeah, like mood lighting really. And then in this corner here, did you mention that, Steve?
I don't think so.
This is where the washing machine and tumble dryer is going to go. Steve's already got the plumbing there ready and the electrics. But we need to obviously get a door on the bathroom first because of the noise, because the bathroom's directly off the lounge. And then he's going to build a matching worktop over the top of the washing machine, and the tumble dryer will go over the top. So that'll complete the bathroom.
So while talking about the bathroom, one thing I forgot to mention is we have now more or less disconnected this old boiler. I've put a new one upstairs, which is quite good. It's remote controlled, so we can turn it on and off from down here, or boost it, or reset the temperature. So that's in the loft out the way now, so I can get rid of this, and it'll give us some more room above the sink when we're ready to do the kitchen.
Oh, you've got water in your dish, hang on. Here, Martha. Pickets. Now this little cat turned up at about 12 weeks old. I believe she's about 4 or 5 months old now. Yeah, I'm not a great cat person, but I like all animals really. We started calling her Arthur because she sprayed my roses, so I thought she was a boy. But I've learnt since then that females spray as well. I didn't know anything about cat anatomy. Well, I've learnt now. She's definitely Martha, not Arthur. So we have wormed her. We've got some wormers for her and we've given her that in her food. We've got a flea and tick and leash collar for her. I think it's leash. Do cats get leash?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
But we're now just trying to get her used to being handled so that we can actually get the collar on her.
And that'll be my job. I'll get scratched and bitten.
Come on, Martha, get your breakfast.
I will say we're not going to have her as a house cat.
No.
I don't want a cat in the house. I aren't really cat friendly.
And Dottie wouldn't accept it anyway.
Oh, that's true,
Dottie would not accept cat in the house. She chases her when she sees her. Martha's learnt to get out of the way. So yeah, she's a farm cat really. She lives in the barn. She's got loads of hay and straw in there, which left over from the goats, which she sleeps in. So she's looking in good condition. There's no problems with her. So I think she's quite happy doing that, and we're quite happy that we, she comes and we get to stroke her and feed her. But no, she doesn't come in the house.
And we'll have to pay for her medical treatments, as in
the
snip.
We're going to have to get her spayed, obviously.
Spayed, yeah.
Because we don't want to go through it. There's enough kittens in Portugal that just don't have homes. So come on then, Martha. So tonight we're having pork tikka masala with a naan bread. That'll be just Ellie Rose and I. It's pork because I don't have any chicken. I'm sure it'll taste just as good. Steve's going to go mad when he comes in and smells it because he hates curries and, well, he hates this type of curry. And he also hates tomatoes. I've just popped it in the slow cooker for 2 or 3 hours. It's quite a simple recipe. All I've used is 250 grams of pork. Yep, I know, before anybody yells at me, it should be chicken. And half a jar of that, pataks, whoops, can't turn it the right way, tikka masala paste, a little bit of water, onion, garlic, 3 cloves of garlic. I just fried the onion and the meat first, and then added the paste and a little bit of water. Got that boiling, then added the tin of tomatoes, chopped tomatoes, because I'd forgotten to get the fresh ones out of the freezer. Bit of garlic, and yeah, brought it all to the boil, and now it's in the slow cooker until we're ready to eat. So this is the room, just a basic room. Twin beds. That's just a sofa. We're not overlooking anything fabulous. I've got a little veranda with some seats. I think if you go onto the balcony and look to the left, you can see the sea. Oops. I always take all the cushions and things off the bed. I hate them on the bed. Don't think they wash them every time, do you? That's all my crap on the top there. Little fridge, TV, yeah. Basic, what you'd expect. Very, very clean. So happy with that. The food's, yeah, it's okay. It's good, but there's not a lot of choice. So this is the beach. It's only about 10 minutes walk from the hotel. But there's a lot of steps to get down to actually get onto it. And then we're just heading now to see the lovely church.